oyster with champagne sabayon. Let's start it. First, I'm gonna slice the leek. I have preheat medium-low heat a pan. I will add half of a spoon of unsalted butter. Now my butter is perfectly melted. I will add all the leek. Now I'm gonna add a very small pinch of salt just to help the leek to release this water. Mix all together. And then now I will cover with the lid to release the natural water of the leek. While the leek is cooking, I'm gonna melt the rest of the butter in a pan. Next step, I'm gonna open the oyster. This, I know everyone will be afraid, no worry. I will try to show you a simple techniques. You have two ways of open the oyster, or from the side or from the back. I will try to show you both. So let's go. The simple one is to take from the side. What you have to know is the muscle parts of the oyster is more or less here. So what I'm gonna do is to open until I reach the muscle to cut it. Then after, the whole shell will come up. What is very important is to be safe. So you see, I take a cloth that will cover all my right hand. With my left hand, I will take now the knife and go very slowly without putting any force on it. Then it reach in between. All the water, I want to keep it, I will directly put in the pan. Now most of the water of the oyster is released. I will cut the muscle. You see? It comes directly up. Then I will go again and delicately I will take the upper skin up to remove perfectly the shell that comes like this. Now what is important is to look if you have any part of the shell that come out. Then you put back the upper skin perfectly on it. Then with the edge of the knife, I will just take the oyster from every part of the shell that it come easy off. With the sharpened parts of the knife, I will come to cut the muscle of the oyster in one time and then turn it back. Now you can see it come out perfectly. I will take my oyster that I will directly put inside the pan. Now what I want to keep is my shell that I will put in a tray with foil paper. Like this, they will not move. So now second way of doing it. So you put same in a cloth. Make sure it's always thick and you're gonna open from the bottom parts. So you put it down, always secure your hand same as the first time, and then you're gonna start to open in between. Then until you find the muscle that's gonna open it, and then you slide same as the first one until you're gonna reach the muscle parts of the oyster. When you reach it, you cut it direct, and then you remove the skin from the top directly of your oyster. Then you have your second oyster open. Let's remove the small parts that came on top of it to avoid to have some shells inside. Now I will pour all the water from the oyster inside and double check that there is no shell. You can see here there is one remaining that I will remove. Then I put back the oyster, go all around to be sure that she takes the base shape, and then I cut the muscle. Now the oysters are open. On medium-low heat, I will start to cook them. Now you can see the oyster water start to boil. I just switch off everything and I let them rest in their own juice. Everything is ready. What I miss, the sabayon. So I will start to separate the egg yolk from the white. Delicately you separate and then your egg yolk come in. So now in my pan I will put a bit of the oyster juice that I've cooked them. Make sure you put as a lowest heat as possible. Then you add your egg yolk and straight away you start to stir it. Now the sabayon is perfect, very good texture. I will add the melting butter to have the perfect texture of the sauce. Now everything is ready. I will start to build the oyster. So on the bottom, I will put a bit of cooked leek. Now, second step, I put the oyster on top of the leek. So now my dish is almost ready. In the sabayon, I will just add a little bit more champagne inside. Like this, it will be like very foamy and very airy. I just move it just quickly. Now I take the sauce that will cover all the oyster. Take your time to put it and you can come back on it. Now ready for the oven. I will put them at 210 for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. So here we have the gratinated oyster. Now what I'm gonna do, I will put them directly on a plate and serve it as fast as possible.